welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. As you can see, I decided to put on my Adrienne Ross Show merch, and I want to remind you that you too can show your support with your own Adrienne Ross Show merch, all kinds of things over at the shop, and you can see the URL scrolling across the screen. T-shirts, men's and women's, bags, I believe, hoodies of various colors, non-hoodie sweatshirts, hats, shorts, just a bunch of stuff over there. So I'm not remembering it all, I'm sure. Go check it out. Your support is very much appreciated. I think I'm going to order a whole bunch of this stuff, and then I'm just going to, when I record for the show, I'm just gonna wear the merch. I think I might do that. In any case, I got to talk about Unrivaled. I got to talk about why this league that has billed itself as having the best players in the world and having Angel Reese on the Rose BC team, why the ratings are so poor. And they've gotten worse. You have to assess and say why. Now, I already know that there are people who are going to stop by the channel, or maybe you're a part of the channel. I don't know. But there are going to be people who are not going to like what I have to say. I'm just going to keep it real. I have said from the beginning that I find it absolutely amazing that you would have these two women, Nafisa Collier, Brianna Stewart, who say, we envision this league and we're going to do what we have to do to make it happen. A lot of people sit back in life, do absolutely nothing, and then they just want to see everybody fail. I'm not one of those people. I would love for this league to be a success. I do live streams all the time. I don't think I've missed a game yet for live stream. And in fact, on Monday, I was doing 2 live streams. Was it Monday? It was Monday. I'm like, was it Monday? Was it Saturday? I think it was Monday. I had over here on this television watching South Carolina play my Tennessee Lady Vols. Over here on this television, I had Unrivaled, and we had a good time. So we do the lives all the time. People chime in. We talk, we laugh, we cheer, we cringe. It's the whole thing. And I'm not necessarily tuning in because the quality of play is so exciting. That's not the case. I'm tuning in because I like to hang out on the live streams and we have a good time. And I want to see what the product looks like. Okay. I've seen what the product looks like. Now I'm going to show you what the ratings look like. And I'm going to talk to you about why a league that has, quote, the greatest players in the world and Angel Reese, who has a huge fan base, why the ratings are so bad. And we're going to be real about it. Let's take a look at the ratings first. I'm over here on Outkick, and the headline is, without Caitlin Clark, Unrivaled struggles with poor TV ratings again. And there are going to be people who are going to say, why would you have to mention Caitlin Clark? She's not in the league. Don't mention her. Well, you got to mention her because they wanted Caitlin Clark for a reason. There was a reason that they said they were going to put on a full court press for Caitlin Clark. Yes, the basketball skills, but also she would be an instant draw. You might not like it, but it's the truth. The ratings would not be where they are now if Caitlin Clark had agreed to participate in this league. And it also goes to the narrative that the league doesn't necessarily need Caitlin Clark, meaning the WNBA, to be successful, or that the Olympics shouldn't have put her on the team, number one, because of her obvious talent. Second to that, because you want to grow the game, and Caitlin Clark would draw eyes to the game. So it would have been with Unrivaled, yet she exercised her right not to participate. And right now, looks like that was a good decision, not because of the ratings, because they would have been up, but because the product has not been stellar. And that's an understatement. Let's take a look at what Outkick is saying, in addition to, without Caitlin Clark, Unrivaled struggles with poor TV ratings again. So I'm just gonna look at some of these numbers here. All right. So as Outkick reported last week, Unrivaled averaged around 312,000 viewers across TNT and True TV for the first 2 games in its history. Right. That was a Friday and a Saturday. And then let's go down here. It says the numbers got worse for Unrivaled as the first weekend continued too. It drew just 100,000 viewers on Saturday. That was the second day, and 184 on that following Monday. So the numbers got worse across the board in week 2. According to Sports Media Watch, Friday night's games, the second week, averaged 281,000, down 10% from week 1. Saturday's games averaged 98,000, down 2%. And then Monday's game averaged 166,000, down 10%. So Unrivaled is averaging 194,000 viewers across TNT and True TV through 2 weeks, more than 50% worse than the average WNBA game without Caitlin Clark. Okay, so let's just keep it moving. I want to show you something else here. Okay, we got to get to Angel Reese, because Angel Reese plays for the Rose Basketball Club, Rose, BC. Now, Rose has played on 4 of the 6 nights, okay, including Saturday when the league drew its worst audience. And then the article ends with, unfortunately, this new data only confirms what we already knew. Caitlin Clark is the biggest draw in women's basketball. In fact, she might be the only draw in women's basketball. Now, I thought I saw something with like 70 something thousand with concerning Angel Reese, one of her games. And so I don't know, 76,000, 99, whatever. It's bad. They started out at 330 something, I guess it was 300 and something thousand. And that was like, I knew that people would show up for that because they kind of wanted to, some people, because they kind of wanted to see, like I said, I'm going to check it out, see what I see. So why a league with the best players in the world, we're told, with Angel Reese, cannot get people to watch? Well, let's start with the best players in the world narrative. We know these are not the best players in the world. We know that they found themselves scrambling to get any players in the world to play. They were really banking on Caitlin Clark being in the league. They strung us along, not Caitlin. I have a feeling she just told them right away. But they strung people along. They tried to sign people as a result, all that. And Nafisa Collier, one of the co-founders, do I think she's one of the best players in the world? Absolutely. I did a video on her the other day. Her nickname could be Silk. She's just smooth. Her game is smooth and extremely understated because she just has her way. Whether she's driving to the basket, whether she's shooting a 3, whether she's doing her patented fadeaway, and she's so likable. Nafisa Collier. And if for no other reason, I would want this league to succeed because she's so incredibly likable and extremely talented. But most people had no idea who Nafisa Collier was before Caitlin Clark drew eyes on her and everybody. Yes, some people would remember her from UConn. Some people tuned into the Minnesota Lynx and the WNBA. But overall, if I go down the street, I mentioned Caitlin Clark, everybody's going to know what I'm talking about. Nafisa Collier, they're going to say, who? People don't know. So even your best players in the world are not known by people to the extent that they're going to tune in to watch 3-on-3 and a kind of basketball that some people would consider gimmick ball. So there's just the reality of it. Don't blame me. That's just the reality of it. A lot of people, Breonna Stewart just won a championship with the New York Liberty. And still, most people don't know who she is. Courtney Vandersloot, who? Like most people, I mean, we know. When I say who, I don't mean us, but I mean most people don't know. So your best players in the world, even though many of them are not the best players in the world, they're still not known, even if they are. So there's that problem. Now, Angel Reese, who's supposed to be a huge fan base, and she does. But I'm going to say what's not popular among her fan base that I said in the beginning of the WNBA season, and it's still true. No one who loves basketball and good basketball players watches Angel Reese for her basketball. Now, they may watch her because they like her. Maybe they like her personality, if that fits. I mean, that's not my preference, her personality, but if that's your preference, okay, maybe you like that. Or maybe you like the modeling aspect or the femininity she brings to the court or whatever it is. You just like her. Or for many people, you saw what she did to Caitlin Clark in college, chasing her around like that. And that sparked something in you. And so you got on board because of, for many people, racial idolatry, whatever. I mean, maybe you're attracted to her. I don't know. I don't know why you love Angel Reese. Maybe you just love Angel Reese, but that doesn't mean you're watching her because she's a great basketball player. Now, she rebounds the mess out of the basketball. Absolutely. And I've said a million times, rebounding is important. Every coach who's ever been in a game and just watching the back and forth of the game, every coach has nearly blown a gasket yelling, box out, put a body on somebody, rebound the basketball. Because it takes grit, it takes a nose for the ball, it takes determination. It's important. But people do not tune in to watch people rebound. Nobody who truly loves the game of basketball and appreciates good basketball is drawn to watch because Angel Reese is playing. Maybe you're cheering for her because you like her, but you're not cheering for her because I just don't know what she's going to do next. What kind of spin move? That's just not happening. Let's just be honest. And so if you're going to be this 3-on-3 full court league, something no one has ever seen before, quite creative it is. It's got to be something that makes people like this. And Angel Reese is not the draw. So for all the people who fight and argue online because they're fans of Angel Reese, they're not tuning in. And again, some of these people, some just showed up because of the Caitlin Clark thing, and it's the anti-Caitlin, and it's the whole fight thing, and it's the whole race war, and it's this whole nonsense. I think, I would imagine most of them don't even buy merch, maybe don't go to games. Some do. There are exceptions to all of this, obviously. But by and large, people are not tuning in for Angel Reese's basketball skills. And it's a basketball league. Even if we said it's a popularity contest, she's still losing the contest because her team is playing and the ratings are in the tank. So as much as I want the league to succeed, and I'm going to continue to do lives, we're going to continue to have a good time. We'll cheer. We'll call it out when it looks bad. We laugh sometimes. We just have a great time in the live streams. It's like a hangout party. But we're not tuned in because we're just like, oh my goodness, this is great. There are moments, right? But overall, so number one, again, it's not the best. They're not the best players in the world. All of them. You got some really good players playing, even, it's 3-on-3, it's different, but you got some good players out there. You got some great players even. You got some players that I enjoy watching even, but this whole league is not the best players in the world. And even if they were, I'm still not sure you're going to get the draw that you want to get because you don't have the draw. And that's Caitlin Clark. And Angel Reese is not going to get it done for you because nobody watches basketball who loves basketball to watch Angel Reese play. And again, that's not going to be popular among her fan base, but I'm just going to tell the truth about it. Now, again, I wish the league well. And still, kudos to Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart. But that's why the ratings are what they are. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, maybe between the first and the second game of Unrivaled on Friday night, because one of the members of my channel, we do one of the perks is a Q&A, and she asked a question about Unrivaled, about what I would do differently, etc. So I think I'm going to wait till then to chime in on that because I do have some suggestions. I don't know if it's going to make it work, but I'm going to share my thoughts. Feel free to get in the comments and respectfully share yours. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Please, once again, let me throw this up here. Check out the merch, the AdrienneRossShow.myspreadshop.com, and shop to your heart's content over there. I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.